You have seen Mike playing. You have seen Fred playing. You have seen this guy playing. You will see that guy playing. Can you guess what you need to do to play Brazilian music really well? Yes, shave. All right. That's for you too. Well, actually, we need to shave our head. He's halfway there. He's halfway there. It's not Bon Jovi, but he's halfway there. All right. Today we will have a very special presentation, the demonstration about a little about the samba that you have heard from Renato Vasconcelos and you've heard we playing the samba. But these guys will also add a samba variation, which is the Partido Alto. They are kind of the same thing and different things. And especially because we are in a jazz approach, they will show how we mix the samba and the Partido Alto while playing any tune. How you can deal with these two rhythms that if you think of vocal music, the regular samba vocal music, you can have a samba and you can have a Partido Alto. Like two different styles. And how we mix together. These guys will show you right now. We have here Daniel Rodrigues on trombone, Misael Silvestre on piano, Daniel Castro on bass, and Pedro Almeida on drums. Have fun.
Good morning, guys. How are y'all doing? Hope you guys having a good time here around. We are very happy to be here with you and share a little bit about Brazilian music. Also, would like to thank Mike and Milton for putting all this together. Yeah, thank you. And as Milton said, we're going to play a little bit about of Partido Alto for you guys and talk about it. And I'm thinking of doing that in 4 steps. So first we're going to play something for you, and then afterwards we're going to talk a little bit about Partido Alto and how we play that in this type of setting, like in a rhythm setting. And then we are going to show you a little bit about Partido Alto and Samba, how they interact, how they go together, or at least how we approach those two styles. And lastly, we want to hear from you, some questions or comments you might have. So yeah, does that sound good? So let's do it. And don't worry, I won't be singing today, so no worries.
Me neither.
Yeah, so this tune is called Partido Alto. I'm not sure if it's one or two. One.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike and Daniel. Yeah, so it's by a guy named José Bertrami from a group called Azimuth. They play that. And so as you might have noticed, we mixed Partido Alto and Samba, but I just want to talk a little bit about Partido Alto first. And the goal here is to show a little bit how we approach this from each instrument point of view, and even for the melody, which might not change that much because the melody is the melody. It's important for the melody instrumentalist to understand how this rhythm goes, so he can jump in when the melody comes, right? So it's important to know where everything is, so you can be comfortable playing the melody over whatever the rhythm section is doing. So I will start with Pedro on drums. I will ask him to play a little bit of Partido Alto for us, and so let's start by the main pattern of Partido Alto. If you want to join. Yeah, so you can see how it's similar to samba, because we can play this pattern over the dunk, dunk, tick, tick, dunk, tick, like it is in samba, or you can have a different thing on the lower part of the rhythm that will vary from Partido Alto and samba. Okay, so okay, so Partido. So samba. Partido. Yeah. So you can see the difference is really on the lower part of the groove. In the higher part of the groove, it's kind of the same pattern can be played on both. And well, so 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 yeah, Danielle was just adding that we can do a little variation in this pattern that we were showing. And can you do it? Já expliquei.
Ok, então. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rodrigues faz o
Yeah, it's this tricky thing that is going in Partido Alto that we can do both. We can do the accent on the second 16th note. That would be 1, 2, 3, and pa. Pa. This is the second 16th note of each bar. Or we can do the end of the first beat. So and then we can play with that. We can play. It's very playful. We are always, throwing this stuff, and then it's important to be always listening and seeing what everybody else is doing, so you can, adjust yourself to these variations on the accents. Okay. So let's have a little bit of bass on Partido Alto. Let's play with the trombone. got it. So this is kind of a mix of those two things we were showing before. You have the second 16th note, ka, and you have the a. So you have them together, but how do I say that? Ka, and second, and second.
Seria uma subdivisão, né? Tirando as peças, né?
Yeah, it's like when you take the first pattern that we played and you take only the accents and you strip the rest of it, you get only the accents, you end up with this. Okay? Any questions up to here? Everything clear? I know it's tricky, but yeah, it's not that hard to understand, but it's hard to play it and to know where everything is, you know, and the placement of the time. Sure.
In my language, the way we count, the way I count, is 1 yen, 2 yen, or 1 yen, 2 yen. So the first beat is the up, and then to E.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah. Exactly that. So we're gonna play another tune for you. This one you might know. It's called "In a Sentimental Mood." It's a beautiful standard. Right? Okay. But we are gonna do it in this way with Partido Alto and samba, and I would like you to notice, or try to perceive that we're using Partido Alto and at some point we are switching to samba, especially when we want to have more drive. We want to. It's like walking in jazz. You have a 2, and then when you go into solo or something like that, you walk. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, that's the same for us, but we use samba for that. We have this walking kind of feeling, and we use Partido Alto to make it, set the mood. And I hope you noticed that, but we're going to talk about this later. Okay. Well, let's talk about this tune, for example. We do change the way we think about the rhythm over it, especially the melody. And of course, that will also influence the solos as well, because we will try to use some patterns or rhythms that match this groove. So here, for example, that's all eighth notes, but we turn that into a more syncopated thing to feed the rhythm. So we're gonna have something more like. So some anticipations of the melody and some things to make it more more like that, more like a samba feel for it, and that also will influence the way that I solo, of course, because I will choose melodies that have those type of patterns as well, and but you can also think of this more freely, like in 16th notes. Any 16th note that you do on top of this will work, So if you play 16 notes really well, you can go for it, and on top of it, it will work perfectly. You don't need to know that many patterns of samba or things
So
to
the 16
play
notes
over it.
you smooth out.
Yeah,
Okay.
always.
It's like when you're playing swing, when you double time becomes longer and it becomes smoother. It doesn't have that lilt to it.
Can you play what that sounds like?
Yeah, sure. So, what's essa mesmo? Essa mesmo. Só o A, uma forma, uma roda. Suavizar, arredondar para encaixar. Okay, so I'll do the melody once, and then I'll start solo with those patterns that we're talking about, and then I'll go to the 16th notes, and I will tell you when I change. Okay? So. To the 16. So any combination of 16th notes will actually work on this, and of course that I have some Brazilian syncopation in my mind when I'm playing it, so I know how to vary, to not be always not just playing 60 notes all the time, so to vary with that, but actually any 16th will work.
When we listen this like music, this Partido Alto, one important thing is we feeling the root, the floor, não flutuar, né? Sem flutuar.
Você fala
Pra gente sentir o chão, assim, ó.
downbeat.
Yes.
Downbeat.
Eu queria experimentar com vocês mais uma vez para bater o pé, né? A gente bater e sentir o chão.
Okay. So yeah, what Daniel is trying to show is it's important to feel where the downbeat of where the downbeat is, where every beat is actually. So he wants to try with you guys to tap
Yes, with me. With foot
or clapping or foot,
yeah.
stamping or clapping.
Yes.
But we are gonna play the Partido Alto and you guys does the downbeat, okay? Yeah. Thank you. But just getting back to one thing that I told you guys before we play Innocent Ninja Moon, which was, did you notice the variation between Partido Alto and Samba?
Oh, yeah, sure.
And well, in this case, we used Partido Alto on the A and Samba on B, but it could be other combinations of this. And that's it's a very good way to create variation in Samba. And there are other, maybe we can talk about this. Yeah, and what Pedro was adding is that when we change from Partido Alto to Samba, we have two different patterns, okay? One for Partido Alto and one, well, actually we have several for each of them, but we're going to demonstrate with one for each, so you guys can follow. So, yeah, so we're going to do the pattern for Partido Alto. Then we'll change it samba.
First you sing. Ouvir primeiro samba, né?
Samba, yeah, listen to the samba pattern.
Pode ser. O solo? É.
Samba.
Samba.
Partiu. Samba. Yeah.
It may help you on the Partido Alto, kind of lift on it. There's a link to it that it doesn't have on the other ones, and that can help differentiate. Where's one? Where's one?
Estou perguntando onde é que está o
É.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that's one of the things that's hard for jazz. People who go through classical training, we're used to one being just so strong. Then when you go to jazz, it ends up being 2 and 4. And one becomes somewhat not disguised, but not as important. It is important, but not as. And in this, you're anticipating, which in our kind of vernacular, it means we're kind of rushing. And that makes it all different in our heads, very separated. It's not easy.
Pedro is going to write it, so it's more visual where everything is.
So, I guess that one important thing to say is like Misael said before, the way how we feel the time. We always have feel the 16th note. Even I'm not playing the 16th note ever, but always I'm feeling. Even I just in playing one note, I'm feeling. And of course, we have a lot of variations and combinations to several patterns. Comes from the combination of the 16 notes for each time. Tick, ta, tick, 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 ta, tick, tick, ta, tick, tick, ta, tick, 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 ta, tick, tick, different syncopations, and we have, of course, we have to learn about from the recordings for the, of course, the most part or total part comes from the percussion stuff, yeah, from the you learn, I guess you learn from the percussion, and of course the pandeiro, tambourine, surdo, and now we're trying to pick different parts
Elements.
of this instrument. Okay. Elements, yeah? Do you understand? You got it? Sorry. Thank you.
So there's a constant running of 16 notes
Yeah.
throughout everything.
Always.
Yeah.
We don't
Always.
do that.
Yeah.
We don't have that.
Yeah.
Maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but in jazz you think in triplets all the time. You're always feeling tick.
Well, it's mainly 8 notes, but with the triplet.
Oh yeah, the triplet feel.
Lean toward the triplet, which is very different than this punctuated thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. For us, what's always behind what we're doing is the 16th notes. It's always beneath.
Let me ask you one more question.
Sure.
When you're learning this, when we're learning music, we typically are reading music at first. We very rarely do it oral. If you do like the Suzuki method, it's
Mhm.
oral.
Yeah.
Then you could move to written.
Yeah.
I'm simplifying, of course. But for most of us band people, like playing trumpet or clarinet or saxophone or piano, you're reading these things. When you first learn these rhythms, is it something you're reading or you're hearing because of your oral history?
Oh, I can say that mostly hearing.
Yeah.
Mostly hearing, yeah. I can say to you that there are some of those tunes that are not even written down yet. They're just things that we pick up from recordings and stuff like that. And you have all this rodas that we call, people sit in roda de choro, roda de samba, and they learn a bunch of tunes just being there with their instruments playing along with, So a lot of the things that we are talking about, they are actually absorbed being in somewhere that people are playing that or listening to recordings.
E quando nós somos crianças, a gente tem muitas canções de roda, chama canções de roda, né?
Yeah.
Tem as marchinhas e tal.
Yeah, so yeah, we have a lot of even for music for kids or folk songs that we teach our kids and we learn as kids. Already they got this syncopation and this stuff on it, so it's pretty natural for us to think like that. And Daniel is going to show one of those.
We have sambas de roda.
Samba de roda, it's like a
But
style.
when I was child, we have songs de roda. Songs de roda. Músicas de roda, né? Canções de roda. We have marchinha.
March, yeah, like a march.
Marchinhas.
It's kind of a frevo slowed down.
Marcha solta, paparipere papel, né? A gente tem outros.
Samba lelê.
Como?
Samba lelê.
Samba lelê. Samba lelê. Samba lelê paparei. Samba, samba, sambolele. Quando é criança, né, a gente vai intronizando, né?
Yeah, so we introduced it very early to this type of way of thinking of the rhythm. So,
E aí, vai falar assim, isso só vai acrescentando mais complexo. Aí a gente vai para televisão, para rádio e vai acrescentando
Yeah, and then when you go to the recordings and you go to João Bosco, Elis Regina, and all this stuff, you know, around us, you just develop it even more. And yeah. So actually, for me, for example, maybe it's the same for all the guys. They can also add if they want to, but for me, this music became written, you know, down the road. I was maybe a teenager when I started to read those things. I was playing by ear until pretty late, actually, you know. Although I have a classical background as well, so I had the music for that. But when I was playing what we call popular music, or you know, Brazilian music, as we're talking about, it's usually you start by hearing and you know learning from the ear. So mostly that.
Questions?
Any question? Yeah.
Sorry,
Can you repeat? I
His example is helpful because he was doing 1, 2, 3, 4, which I could hear.
okay.
Or I could
Got
tell.
it.
But then he was saying that,
Yeah.
one in, the two,
It,
and
yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
For me, it's helpful to hear 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
If the bass drum is 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can fit it together.
Yeah.
It's simple. The first foot. Ba ba da di da di. 1, 2, 3, ba ba da ba di da o da 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 ba da ba da ba ba da. So yes, when we start the way the path, when we have one thing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ba da ba di da ba da da ba da 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 ba dum 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 ba dum dum ba da da ba da da ba. A gente precisa sentir, né, o primeiro passo. Né?
Yeah. Feeling we use the steps to feel all this 1, 2, 3, 4 that you were talking about, and we usually do that ourselves. Like you're walking, or you have a you know certain beat in your mind, and you're subdividing it in 16th notes. So you because all comes from that in Brazilian music. And then you start to make accents and and you start to make accents in each of the 4 16th notes, and you start to get used to it, because all of these styles that we were talking about, it could be samba, it could be baião, it could be maracatu, it could be any of that. It's all in 16th notes, and it will be a combination of accents of this sort of things, you know. Anything you guys want to add up? Quer acrescentar alguma coisa? Maybe we should. Você quer falar sobre? Pode falar.
Sure. Aqui não dá pra participar disso.
A mudança da classe do partido pro samba, ela é emendada. Isso aqui confunde. Confunde até o brasileiro.
Is telling that the change of the pattern from Partido Alto to samba, it's usually done, you know, as we go. So there's no time to stop and think about the next thing. You have to switch. And sometimes it confuses even Brazilian musicians. So yeah, it is confusing, and you have to practice those things to be comfortable with those.
Ó, vamos fazer nós quatro. Aqui, daqui, até. Fazer direto. Vamos fazer direto. Só.
So we're gonna play it all, okay? We're gonna play it all. So one time Partido Alto, one time the samba, okay?
Hey guys, can you do us a favor?
Yeah.
I don't know if the rest of them feel this way, I did. Making that switch after only 2 measures
Okay.
is too soon. Can
Two.
you make the first one equivalent to 8 measures?
Okay.
And then we shift that to samba, so we can sit there for a while and get used
Okay.
to it.
De cada, né? Porque fica difícil, né?
Maybe 4 of each. That would be good.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Signal when you're changing.
Okay. I will say. And I'll also count it because I imagine.
Fica mais mais.
2 de cada.
Faz 4 de cada. 4 desse, 4 desse. Okay? E eu vou contar também.
Oh, and one more thing, don't look at it, don't look at, we typically look measure by measure. Look at it as a group, not a measure by measure.
So I will play on the bass the roots from Partido and samba the when change.
Downbeat.
Okay? The downbeat, yeah.
So let's do it slower as well. Good. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1,
Desde o começo da aula, e a workshop, eu senti que eles já melhoraram. Assim, falam, dá um elogio.
Oh yeah. So you guys are getting better and better as you repeat with us, you know. But it's really challenging. It's for us. It's a constant practice of those things, so we get comfortable with it and we can create something on top of that. But it's really, you need to spend some time on it in order to. Okay, I get it. Yeah.
Vamos fazer um morro. Morro? Morro,
Fine. Any other questions? Okay. So we're gonna play a last one for you guys. This is it's by Tom Jobim. O Morro Não Tem Vez. And it has the same concepts that we talked today. Okay.
Luísa, só para encerrar uma vez, fala isso, porque eu falei que sempre quando a gente está começando, o partido é a primeira a artear, né? Às vezes, raramente.
Sim, sim.
É interessante você falar isso.
Danny, I was just adding other important thing about this. When we're using Partido Alto and Samba, usually we use Partido first. Okay, so we start by doing Partido and then we go to Samba and it's there forever. Okay, but usually start by Partido, as you're gonna see right now, and as you saw in all the other tunes that we played.
Posso começar? Hoje eu tô muito rápido, só porque tá. Ah, eu só vou fazer a parte A aqui, vamos improvisar, tá? Que vocês. Só pra ver se já. Conta aí, Pedro. Pode sentir o seu. Pode sentir o seu tempo. Conta aí.
very much. Thank you for having us.
One second.
Yeah.
Did you notice the consistency of the 16th throughout the whole song?
Oh, yeah.
When Pedro was playing. Let's try the melody again.
Okay.
Check out what he's doing on the hi-hat. We don't do that in jazz. It's not part of the style. But he's keeping it going all the time, and they're able to punch in on any one of those four. Can you do it again so you
Yeah,
can do
sure.
that?
Vamos fazer de novo
Because when he's playing, it seems so subtle, so quiet, we miss it. But it's there all the time.
Só
Just play the melody.
não. Só melodia? Tá.
Que você estava mantendo sempre coxinha e
Certo.
ponto
Pedro Almeida, Castro, Misael Silvestre, Rodrigues. Yeah, very good.